Hometown Heroes brought to you by Overhead Door Company of Frederick. I'm Tom with Sergeant Kevin Britt.
Tom, good to see
Student
you.
Resource Officer,
That's
right? The sergeant, the head of this situation?
That's right. I supervise 16 of our SROs here in Frederick County.
To make sure they get out to the schools.
That's right.
Every day.
Absolutely.
And where do you go every day?
So my day is kind of interesting. Being the sergeant of the unit, I have some administrative responsibilities. So one, I'm making sure all of our SROs are where they need to be. And then I also have an office up at Rock Creek School in Walkersville where I spend a good bit of my time.
Oh, brand new school facility up there.
It's beautiful. It's great.
You know, back in the day, back in the early 90s, I DJ'd their middle school dances at Rock Creek School.
Very good.
A pretty special bunch there.
I did
all the Frederick County middle school dances. Back in the early 90s, these are all the parents that you're dealing with now.
Absolutely.
What's your biggest challenge on a daily basis?
Biggest challenge, I would say, is, you've got so many students in Frederick County public schools and so many schools that it's our responsibility to make sure that everybody's being safe. So we want to make sure that we're getting around to all of our schools to check in with our administrators, checking in with our students, and just being that resource to admin staff, teachers, students, and parents in the community.
Do you have enough people?
We have a great number of people. Like, we are based on the high school feeder pattern. So basically, if we have an SRO that, say, is at Walkersville High, he's responsible for Walkersville High, the middle schools, and the elementary schools. So it's his job to make sure he's getting around to all of his schools. Maybe one day we're going to have more people, but for now, I think we're doing a great job.
Have you ever had any kids say, look, this is what I want to do? Go into the sheriff's department saying I want to be a student resource officer.
Yeah, we have that all the time. And, for us, people start out as just as patrol deputies.
That's what I was wondering. How do you get to this point?
Yep.
Do you choose it or are you chosen?
Some of both. So
Okay.
you have to have, we want our SROs to want to be a school resource officer. So a lot of times they'll start as a patrol deputy, spend several years there, and then they might express their interest to be an SRO. We'll say that's great, and then we have people put in for the process to become an SRO, and then we'll select those best qualified.
Out of school this week, go back to school tomorrow, right?
Absolutely.
What have you been doing during this downtime with this cold weather, the snow?
So I have a 4-year-old son and a 1.5-year-old daughter. So
Whoa.
Since we haven't had snow in 2 years,
Yes.
this has been my boys' best time to enjoy some sledding.
That's pretty special.
So we did a lot of sledding yesterday. We got a little bit of sledding in the night of the snow.
Oh, it's pretty cold being a dad, isn't it?
It is.
And they are, sledding, playing in the snow, and swimming. That is when parents are going to get some rest.
Absolutely.
Those are the two activities where they will go to sleep and you can get some rest.
Yeah.
And how old is your daughter?
1.5.
Are you wrapped around your daughter's little finger?
Absolutely. It's happening already.
You're a daughter dad all the way?
All the way.
What about pets in the family?
No pets. We want to try to keep it that way. 2 kids is enough.
2 kids is enough. Does anybody want a doggy or a cat?
It's starting to get that way. I'm going to hold out as long as I can.
Hamsters, guinea pigs, a bird.
No thanks.
Come on, Dad. You're going to have to get a turtle. You're going to have to get a bearded dragon. It's a life lesson for them.
We might start with a little dog and go from there.
Sergeant Kevin Britt, the head of the Student Resource Officers.
Tom, thanks.
These kids feel safe having you out there. Hometown Heroes brought to you by Overhead Door Company of Frederick.